Today on Monkey Life. Newly arrived lemur Ben meets boss lady Fennel and conducts himself accordingly.
He's being very respectful and she's just sort of taking it in her stride, really.
Baby orangutans Kiwi and Sibu explore a tunnel full of browse, but first, carer Katie has to clear the way.
What are you doing? Out of the way.
And not so much a smash and grab, more of a grab and smash for Donnie's Capuchin troop. Monkey World in Dorset, buried deep in the English countryside, is the largest sanctuary of its kind on the planet. The team, led by Dr. Alison Cronin, rescue and rehabilitate abused and unwanted primates from all over the world.
Anything could happen. You really have to have an open mind.
The park provides a home for more than 250 primates from 24 different species. It's been more than a month since Alison collected 4 male lemurs from a private collection in Kettering and brought them back to Dorset. In that time, the team have been trying to introduce them to some of Monkey World's resident lemurs. However, Ben, the oldest newcomer and father to the rest, is at a disadvantage. He only has one leg, and it's become obvious that the large open space of Malagasy could prove too much for him to handle. So today, the primate care staff have boxed him up in a travel crate to move him to a new house and meet a potential new partner.
His mobility for a one-legged animal is very good, but actually we feel it's going to be a bit too much of a risk considering having him at Malagasy, our big walk-through woodland enclosure. He gets about okay, but if he gets up to the top of one of our, 20, 30-foot trees and gets chased, he's not agile enough to get down safely in a hurry, so we think he might be a bit too much of a risk to live in the big woodland. So we're hoping to introduce him to our female Fennel. She's a lovely older lady. She has some mobility issues herself. She's got a bit of arthritis, and we think that would be a really good friend for him to make, and we can potentially look at then having a sort of younger, more able group in our walk-through area, maybe having a little bit of a retirement pad elsewhere, so with Ben and Fennel, and then the option to add in a couple of our other older boys should they not fit into the intro group. So hopefully, because he's going up with just Fennel, the two of them will hopefully be eager to have a friend and the intro will go smoothly, we hope.
To help the introduction along, Ben and Fennel are going to meet in neutral territory at the Gwennon house. It has plenty of space indoors, as well as a large outside enclosure, which has trees more manageable for Ben. The staff will collect Fennel from Malagasy once they've released Ben into a bedroom.
Ready? Good boy, good job.
He's straight out, although a little bewildered.
Just moved him up from the only home he's known so far at the park to a completely different house with completely different smells. So he's very nervous, we had a bit of panic poo, and he's looking a bit sort of jittery, but that's to be expected. So I'm hoping that Fennel will feel the same way when we move her up here, and then actually seeing each other will be a bit of a comfort, and hopefully that'll mean that they're very keen to meet each other and be friendly.
Ben starts to explore his new surroundings with some encouragement from the team.
Putting a bit of banana in to welcome him up to this house has probably helped. And the windows in the Gwennon house are lower down, so he's getting the full sunshine through them, so he'll enjoy that too. But he'll also catch a glimpse of the Gwennons outside, which might freak him out a little bit, so we'll just keep an eye on that. But we'll have to go and get Fennel now, and hopefully the sooner that we can put some familiar-looking company next door, hopefully that will help him calm.
The Gwennon family of 3 are all outside in the enclosure. This isn't the first time they've had a different species of primate as housemates.
They lived with a lemur and his guard dog, aka Meetza the Patas monkey. So George and Meetza lived with the Gwennons for a while, and Meetza protected George when the Gwennons got a little bit too close and was sort of his bodyguard. But they're used to seeing lemurs So hopefully they won't be too reactive to these two. But these guys have never seen Gwennans before, so they might get a bit of panic from Ben and Fennel initially when they see these weird-looking new neighbours.
Leaving Ben to settle in, the team head to Malagasy to collect Fennel. She's inside the overnight cage area with the rest of the troop, waiting to go out. The staff perform a one-at-a-time controlled release as part of the daily routine. This avoids any stress and gives the lemur's carers the opportunity to check them individually.
You disappear also. Thank you.
Eventually, only Fennel is left.
Good girl, Fan.
Right.
An enticement of mashed banana in the travel box is used to encourage her in. Her housemates watch on, unsure what's happening. The treat works, and Fennel is soon secure in the box.
I thought she would probably be a bit more suspicious about walking into a box. She's been around the block a bit more. She's seen crates and vet days and things like that. So all in all, not too traumatic. No catching or anything required, so that's always nice.
Good girl.
Steph and the team whisk Fennel across to the Gwennan house, where she's released into a bedroom next to Ben.
Good job, missus.
The pair seem interested in each other, so the team, keen to move the introductions on, open up the slide between them.
And then, Ben, who's that?
They pass like ships in the night. Fennel's more interested in exploring than meeting her new housemate. Eventually, the pair meet up. They seem relaxed, with no signs of aggression, and Steph is delighted.
I mean, this has been immediately a massive improvement on the intros we've been doing between the males down at the bottom. Everybody's doing a lot of posturing and scent throwing and being a bit ridiculous down there, whereas these two have just sort of poodled past each other without too much of an issue. You know, she's a female, females are dominant. He's shown submissive to her. He's done little submissive cackles, which is what he kind of should do. She should be the boss of the two. He's being very respectful, and she's just sort of taking it in her stride, really.
So far, so good. But the pair still have to come face to face with three noisy, often hyperactive Gwennans. Time will tell what they make of that. Another pair of primates who've experienced a move recently are golden-cheeked gibbons Kim and Tien. They're currently in a temporary home at the main gibbon house. It's the closest they've lived to other gibbons since they became a pair, so it's a big change. However, they've settled in well to life at the main house, singing for everyone to hear. Their original home and enclosure are currently undergoing major renovation. The work is well underway, but it may be some time before Kim and Tien can return there. Today, primate care staff member Sarah is going to give the pair a treat. It's a fruit breakfast with a side order of something different. Socks stuffed with a variety of nuts.
The socks are quite a popular enrichment item, especially for the gibbons. They're quick and easy for us to make, but perhaps not so easy for the gibbons to sort of manipulate and get the food items out of them, especially if they're like tied in knots and things like that. So the gibbons have to use a little bit of brain power to get to the treats inside. It's usually a winner of enrichment for them.
Sarah opens the slide to the enclosure, and the two gibbons leap out. Tien immediately heads to a suspended feeder, which mimics the suspensory feeding they'd experience up in the canopy in the wild. Kim chooses to pick out fresh fruit from a hanging container. She skillfully grabs a sock too. It helps to have feet that work like hands. Tien tucks into some sliced apple. His partner is very food-focused, so he's learned to get in quick and get what he can. Kim turns her attention to a sock. It's stuck in the netting, and even a strong tug won't free it. Her attention span isn't great, and she isn't as tenacious as some, so moves on to find another. It's also discarded. But this gibbon loves her food. and the motivation to discover the treat inside keeps drawing her back to the socks. Eventually, she works out how to get to the nuts inside. Golden-cheeked gibbons are frugivorous. In the wild, they eat mainly fruit, supplemented with seeds, insects, and flowers. They have huge canines that can be used defensively, but they're also perfect for gripping and piercing fruit. Or in Kim's case, a whole walnut. The pair have certainly enjoyed this morning's treat.
They're a really strong couple. They're probably our closest gibbon couple that we have. So they very rarely are seen separate. They move together, they come in together. So if you don't get one, you're not going to get the other. They have a very special bond, and it's lovely to see.
This morning's enrichment has been a success. The gibbon pair have worked for their food up high as if in the canopy, using suspensory feeding and brachiating to get from one treat to another. Hopefully, it won't be too long until the pair can do the same back in their own wonderful tree-filled enclosure. At the orangutan nursery, primate care staff member Katie has come up with a lesson for the park's two newbies, Sibu and Kiwi. She's creating a jungle of browse in the outside tunnels while they're playing indoors, unaware of the surprise they have in store. Browse will form an important part of their diet and enrichments as they grow up.
It's quite exciting giving them something new, and the weather's just kind of got really spring-like, and so everything's come out, there's loads of fresh leaves, so yeah, we're gonna give them some browse and see what they think of it.
Without mums to guide the two baby orangs, the staff have to step in to provide new experiences to help them learn and develop.
I really don't know what they're going to make of it. It is completely new. They've obviously seen trees, they've been outside before, but they haven't actually had leaves like this. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. It might be a little bit of a shock to go into it because it will make the whole space very different. It will break it all up. So yeah, we'll see. Sibu, Kiwi!
The two baby orangutans have progressed hugely in the 6 months they've been at the park. Sibu is now 9 months old and eating solids as well as his 3 milk feeds a day.
What are you doing? Hi!
Kiwi is 7 months older and has now become very attached to her smaller playmate. However, despite encouragement from Katie,
Come on then.
the fresh browse in the tunnels isn't enticing the pair out. Finally, the youngest of the duo, Sibu, takes the plunge, heading through the cat flap to the outside.
Come on then, handsome. Oh, good boy.
Kiwi, however, has retired to the bedroom for now. Sibu's got himself in a muddle.
Don't tell me you can't open the cat flap, because you've been opening the cat flap on your own for weeks.
He's managed to lift the flap to the outside, but can't remember how to get back indoors.
You're okay. You can do it. I think he's mostly just concerned about the cat flap. He has been doing it on his own for weeks, but I'm not quite sure why he's having so many difficulties with it today. But I can prop it open for him again, like we were doing initially, and see if that helps. It might just be everything's a little bit different and a little bit overwhelming for him.
Katie decides to give Sibu a helping hand, but has to climb into the tunnel herself to do it.
What are you doing? Out of the way.
Clearing a bit of a pathway will make it easier for the pair to come and go as they please. In response, Kiwi decides to leave the bedrooms and investigate.
She's eaten a leaf, so that's progress.
Kiwi and Sibu are incredibly active, and as they grow, they'll need more space to move around and aid their development. The care team are already thinking ahead. For the last few weeks, the maintenance crew have been building a creche inside the nursery playroom. It's going to be a much larger space for the two infants, giving them the opportunity to move around more and hone their mobility skills and strength. Sibu and Kiwi will also be able to see the older orangutans playing alongside them. But before the pair move in, the primate care staff need to kit out the playroom.
So it's completely bare at the minute, and we're just starting to make some things that can go in. They're currently still coming home with us at the moment and staying at the house on site. So as soon as they move into this playroom, we're hoping that they'll be able to stay at the nursery overnight. So it's the big next step for them. And so, yeah, I'm currently just working on something that'll make a little bed for them. I think this needs to go that way a bit.
Yeah, and if this needs to go under.
They'll be able to see the older orangutans in the room with them, but they won't actually be able to have full-on contact with them. But yeah, they'll be right next to them.
Although Kiwi and Sibu are still young and dependent on their carers for milk feeds and support, Katie is confident the two little orangutans won't be fazed by the larger space.
I think they're more than ready, especially Kiwi. She's more than big enough to need a bigger room now. And he's coming along, he's catching up with her brilliantly. So yeah, I think it'll be really good for them. It'll be nice to be able to move away from nappies and for them to spend more time just with each other rather than having primate care staff with them all the time.
It'll be one step closer to the pair living full-time with the rest of the gang at the nursery. It's a baking hot day at the park, and with the sun beating down, one group of lucky Capuchins are about to get a cooling treat. Frozen fruits in all shapes and sizes have been strung up in Donnie's outdoor enclosure to encourage the troop of 12 to use their climbing and problem-solving skills. But that's not all. The care team have one final item to test the Capuchins, and it's rather large.
We've got a picnic basket which we're filling with browse, and inside there will be nice frozen balls that they've got to rummage and forage through to try and get all the nice tasty bits.
Capuchins are highly intelligent and great at solving problems, and this troop is no exception.
We've got some really bright animals in this group. We've got Frida and Emily, we've got Fabian, who's bright when he's not being chased by the girls. They all have limitations on their intelligence, so if social issues creep up, then sometimes they forget their puzzle-solving skills and like to have a bit of a squabble instead. So it'll be really interesting to see whether that happens or whether everybody thinks, oh good, new challenge, let's have some fun.
With the frozen treats already starting to defrost in the sun, Rachel gets to work opening up the numerous slides to let the troop out. During the hot summer months, the Capuchins often have 24-hour access to the outside to give them as much space as possible while the weather is good. They've been inside this morning while the team distribute their icy delicacies, and they're keen to get back out.
Here they come!
Fabian is one of the first out. He's one of the youngest and brightest. Straight away, he works out how to reach a frozen pomegranate, biting easily through the string so he can take it away to enjoy without having to work any harder. It takes a little perseverance, but it's worth it, and he heads off with his prize. Working smarter, not harder, has paid off. Marcy tries a different technique, anchoring her tail around the cargo net. It gives her extra support as she reaches down with both hands to tackle a frozen melon. Digit uses one of the bolts on the climbing frame to smash open a frozen ball and reach the icy treat inside. In the wild, Capuchins have demonstrated similar tool use, showing just how intelligent this species is. Everyone is getting stuck in. There's plenty to go around, and lots of happy Capuchin chirping.
Those little chirpy noises you can hear are happy Capuchin sounds. It lets the rest of the troop know that there's something decent on offer, helps make sure that the rest of the troop, which is often their family, get access to decent food, and that's a really important thing for a group animal, that everyone knows that there's stuff available and they can share it. Although obviously number one is the most important, so they want the best bit for themselves and then everyone else can have what's left.
Attention turns to the picnic basket, with the Capuchins curious to discover what's inside. Felipe immediately flips the lid and starts rummaging. He's joined by leader Donnie, and they search through the browse that's hiding the treats. Donnie finds a frozen ball and heads into a tunnel to crack it open. Learning from watching each other, the clever Capuchins are having a smashing time. While most are preoccupied with the frozen balls, female Emily takes the opportunity to thoroughly search the picnic basket, rummaging down to the bottom.
Emily is currently working really hard to get the plastic balls from the bottom of the basket without falling in. So she's using her tail to stabilise herself as she's doing so. These lovely semi-prehensile tails which she can use to counterbalance themselves.
It pays off, and she retrieves a ball and heads off to crack it open. All of this group were born in a Chilean laboratory, so haven't experienced life in the wild. Some are more cautious than others, and each individual has their own way of going about things.
They come with a range of different risk tolerances, just like humans. Some Capuchin monkeys are very foolhardy and will just run straight into something without thinking about it. Other Capuchins like to consider the situation and all the possible risks involved. Emily is one of those. She watches what's happening. She's very intelligent. She works out where the best treats are, how easiest to get them, and she won't put herself in any danger.
With plenty of treats to go around, even the low rankers, like Olive, have enjoyed their fair share.
This is going to keep them busy for a long time. I'm very glad we don't have to try and get them all to come inside this evening, because I think they're going to be out here enjoying the snacks until, well after the sun's gone down.
Next time on Monkey Life. With another rescued marmoset due to be rehomed at the park, males Caesar and Gizmo could soon have female partners. But first, a minor operation is called for.
Give the two boys a vasectomy, and then everybody should be in male-female pairs by next week.
And a sticky challenge for the nursery orangutans. But they've got it licked.